All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to the live stream. Sound check 1 2 3 1 2 3. Can you guys hear me clearly? All right. Okay, sound is just clear right now. So let's just get started actually. So going directly today is what is today? Today is Friday, ending of the week. Let me just see what's just going on the weekly candle. Okay, weekly candle just continuously pushing to the upside. Wow. But I just retraced like more than 50% of the previous candle. But yeah, we'll see what's just going on a lower time frame. Weekly just continuously pushing upside right now. Let need to see what's just going on a daily time frame. Let me just remove these all things first. Okay, what is this going on? Okay, we have our resistance here, and at the same time we're just having like a support on a daily time frame. So from daily to h4, h4 just showing us some kind of a beautiful clean picture here. So looking at h4 just creating a support. Right now we are just tapping on the resistance on the left hand side. Let me see this one. Yeah, this is the resistance from where you just start rejecting, and I think so here is another resistance we're going to be tapped. So this is a wick actually from where market just rejected one time, two times. So if you just break above this high, I think so there will be a very beautiful move going to be happen. But let's just go from h4 to h1 to get more clear picture and more like a clean structure there. So looking at m30 actually, h1, this is h1. H1, we are just standing right on a strong resistance area. Look at this one, how many time market just rejected from this area. I just need to go from H1 to M30 to see more better picture, to be honest. So this one M30, look at this M30. Look at this M30. Above this area we are having like a resistance on the left hand side. This one, wow. But I will just take this one, the current resistance will be best. If we just break above the high, what is this? It's like a 16 pip rejection on the left hand side. Yeah, 50, 33, 50 could be the next target if we just break above the high, to be honest. So just waiting. Let me just see more better picture in a lower time frame actually. Okay, it's just like a 30-minute. Like right now we are standing at a very crucial stage. I think so if we just break above the current resistance high, by depending on the volume like opening of London, if we just break above the high, we could easily can tab like 3350. This makes sense. This makes sense. 3350. It's Friday as well, ending of the week, so we'll try to take impulse entry, like try to avoid to take impulse entry actually. So 30 minutes just right now just retracing to a downside. If we just look at 30-minute time frame, so on a 30-minute time frame here is over fresh like a support formed. So you know what, you just need to look at this one. But I like more better to take trade here in this situation. If we just even break below the support area, let me just see on a 50-minute time frame. On a 50-minute time frame we are just having like a support. How much range it is, let me just see. It's like a 80 pip range. Yeah, this makes sense. This makes sense on a 50-minute time frame where candle just printing like in a bigger size. So I'm just looking at 50-minute time frame. So if we just break below the support area, there's just like a, I would say it's just like not tradable range to the downside. Because if we just wanted to continuously pushing to the downside, look at the way how we are just like going to be faced like rejections on the left hand side on a 50-minute, on a 30-minute, on a H1 time frame. There's just like a lot of rejection. So this is the situation when you just set your bias. So bias would be best thing here to help you out. And what should be our bias? The bias makes sense if this candle just continuously pushing downside and create some kind of support. So I will just give my trade a chance for the continuation buying position. This makes sense because if we just wanted to go through this whole rejection on the left hand side, we just need like a lot of volume in it. Give me some 1 second. Okay, so we just need like a lot of volume in it. Make sense? So this is actually just like a beautiful resistance we're just having at the moment by looking at 50-minute time frame and the support we are just having right now on the left hand side. This makes sense. So if this candle just continuously pushing to the downside and create some kind of support, I'm just coming back on the questioning. I'm just taking questioning. Just before that, I just need to break down the chart. That is like more important to set a plan. What I just need to do if I just like get some structure. So I was just not comfortable with the cells, to be honest, because for cells I just already explained it that like if we just break below this area, we just need a lot of volume for the candle to continuously pushing in to the downside. There's just like no clean traffic on the left hand side. So I just wanted to see some kind of structure to be formed, like it should continuously pushing to a downside or create some kind of support on the support area. So then I can give my trade a chance to continuously retest the high. Or if the next candle create a weak break above the high, that is also makes sense to give our trade a chance by depending on the volume. So let's just see. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, let me just adjust these properties. Need to scale fix it. Okay, here we go. This is more clear now. All right. Okay, here we go. Everything just set now. Okay, so we just already make a plan by breaking down the chart from higher time frame to lower time frame. Then we just like understand a concept, like we just make a plan. Now we just wait for the structure to be formed according to our plan. If we just saw something which like suits our plan, if everything just printed on the chart but actually we just wanted to see, then I will just give my trade a chance. If there's just nothing like that happen, so I will just try to avoid trade. Now this is the time we just need to wait patiently for our structure to be formed. Make sense? I think it just makes sense. All right, so back to the question. So let me just see this one. Weekend is finishing like in a second. Yeah, Cass, why didn't you take buy once 30-minute broke above? Because it just already moved a lot. Look at this one. It just moved like more than 100 pips. So even the market just moved like more than 100 pips. What is the probability that it will continuously pushing upside? So just need to wait for some new structure to be formed. Morning. So Maheshwar Bal just sent us a chart. Let me just see this one. Okay, so just took a buy here. Very beautiful trade. Executing depending on the volume. Continuously pushing upside. Very nice trade. Next one. 15 minutes just close with a small bearish candle which just do not have upper wick. Create a wick, break above the high, continuously pushing. Very nice. So this is the same thing. I'm just I actually like expecting from the market to create third time the same structures somehow like this, like it's just creating like a lower high, something like this. So this is the again I'm expecting now this time might be if we just create some kind of structure like this. So we're just going to be entering into opening of London as well. So I will just use London volume as a weapon against my trade. So yeah, so we'll see. Before that we just need to wait for some structure to be formed. Okay, any trades take by you today? No, I just didn't took any trade today. I just took one trade last day, and that is also I just took that on my mobile phone. There's just like I was just like a hit by thunderstorm last day, like not even last day I think so, day before one. So we just like outage from the electricity or everything like internet. It's just like a very like a high storm we just get hit here. So I would just like cut off from everything. So now just like get back into normal condition. So now I'm just back on the chart right now, and it's Friday, so I'm just not gonna force myself for the execution. Okay, like a impulse entry, try to avoid like a impulse entry. Okay, let me just see this one. Okay, cash by leaving a trade knowing the fact where market will move because it didn't work out according to my setup is okay or a stupidity. If you are like just if you just go to like your structure which just you are just waiting for, then you just need to execute. If still you're just getting scared on execution on your structure, then just lower the load size and build your confidence on that. That will be more better, I would say. Okay, so this is the account I'm having with me. Dominion funding. Okay, done. Okay, so we just continuously pushing to the downside. There is just like 10 minutes left for the candle to close, and also there's just like 10 minutes left for the opening of London as well. So I'm just waiting. Let's see. Let's see with the opening of London if we just code some structure. So then we'll see if I can give my trade a chance. And sells, to be honest, if I just wanted to go for the sells, I just need a lot of volume. There should be like a lot of volume to go through this all rejection on the left hand side, because if you're just like facing like not clean structure on the left hand side, then there is only volume can help you out. Then only volume can help you out to go through these all rejection, because market can be rejected from anywhere. Look at this one, the rejection, it can be rejecting, can be reject from anywhere and continuously pushing upside. But if you just continuously, if you just want it to continuously pushing to the downside, then we just need to believe on the volume at that time. So that makes sense actually. That actually makes sense. That actually makes sense. Okay. So 30-minute H1. Look at the rejection on H1. How strongly just rejecting on a higher time frame. H4. Wow. We have a lot of rejection on the left hand side as well. I think so. If we break below this area, volume will continuously pushing to the downside. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see, because I can see volume in the market right now. So we'll see. Just waiting right now. I'm just waiting. Just wait for some structure to be formed. That's it. Okay. Good afternoon. Good morning. It's on daily resistance. Daily resistance. Yeah, we are just already rejecting from this area. Like, yeah, just waiting. We just need some structure to be formed. So can give my trade a chance. Just showing very strong volume in it. Look at this one. Just move like 80 pips. Need to wait. So there is just like 7 minutes left for the candle to close, and these 7 minutes might be will show us some direction. Show this weak PNL. I just didn't took any trade on this account, to be honest. Yeah, just didn't took any trade. Just one trade I just took during the live stream. Actually, I have just like working on my this Profirm account. It's just standing at 2.5% in 2 day, 2 to 3 days. So now, as I'm just like already in profits, so I will just like on a Thursday or Wednesday, I will just like put my complete profit on the stake with like a with a bigger stop, with like a bigger lot size. So if I just like make it double, that will be more beautiful. If I just lose this profit, then I will just close the chart. This is how I actually like fight with the prop firms. Okay, Chatnya is here and he just sent us a chart and chart. Chatnya just looking for something like this. What time frame this is? Pound yen. Okay, just like pound yen just continuously pushing to a downside. If you just create a support, very beautiful. If you just create some structure like this, that will be more beautiful. Let's just look at pound yen. What just going on pound yen? So weekly rejecting from the rejection on the left hand side. Daily time frame just rejecting again from the rejection on the left hand side. H4, wow, what a rejection on the H4 time frame. Let me just take this support area and the resistance as well. Okay, so let's just go from H4 to H1. It's just continuously pushing to the upside, rejecting. Now this candle just close below the previous candle. It could be like a very beautiful counter trade setup. Look at this one, just continuously pushing down, some clean traffic on the left hand side. This totally makes sense for the execution. Now the current trend is, I would say, like a bearish right now. How much range is just like 100 pip range, and it's just continuously pushing to a downside. Even it just broke this support, and it also like broke this support area as well. So I would say right now the trend is just like in a bearish momentum. Like look at this one, it just broke the support area, then it just broke the support area as well. So I would say it would be better if you just wait for some kind of structure to be formed. The structure should be in this situation. It should be somehow like this, like a candle should be come down, and if it just creates some kind of support area, like let it just come down. If you just create some kind of support, let it create some kind of resistance, then makes sense to continuously pushing to a downside. This is the situation right now you are just facing right on the pound yen. So if you just come down, create some kind of strong support in this area, then it makes sense. If you just create some kind of counter trade setup or like a strong confirmation candle, then you can go for the buys, because it's just like moving 100 pips to the downside right now. Makes sense. So this is like a session trend is just like in a bearish form. Wait for some structure to be formed, create a resistance, so though you can go for the sells. Look at this in this with this perspective. Okay, look at this one. We just continuously pushing the downside. It just also broke the support area on the left hand side. Wow, it's just like clearly showing volume in it. Look at this one. There's just like 4 minutes left for the candle to close. We just need a lot of volume. Again, we just need a lot of volume to go through these all rejections on the left hand side. And this current candle is actually do not have a upper wick, and you just look at the size of the candle. It's printing like more than 50-60 pips, like clearly showing volume in it. And if you just break and close below this support area, very high probability, by depending on the volume, by opening of London session, if the candle create a wick, broke the low, it could continuously pushing to the downside. But we'll see. We'll see. Just waiting right now. I will just going to be give my trade one chance today on Friday. If I just like hit by loss, I will just close the chart. Okay, why 30 minute didn't create wick on pre-London Open? I just don't know why it just didn't create a wick on the pre-London. What kind of question is this? What is the main difference between rejection and exhaustions? Exhaustion candle mean like a candle just closed with a small body with a long rejection wick, and the rejection is just like completely a rejection from some certain level, which is like already rejected many times from the same place. कैसा रहा ये void Friday? Good for you. Don't be scared. Who are you just like talking about to get scared? I did not take a trade on M30 on pre-London because candle didn't wick down. Can you explain why? Because there must be like a very strong bullish momentum in that. That's why it's just not like created a wick there. Okay, we're just pushing to a downside. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left for the candle to close. Let me just look at the charts again. H4 just do not have a bottom wick. Continuously pushing to a downside, but it's just like an impulse entry in a trend. It was like an impulse entry in a trend. If it just create a wick and break its own high, could be continuously pushing upside. The candle just do not have a bottom wick. H1 just continuously pushing to a downside. Look at the previous H1 candle. It also just do not have a bottom wick with a long rejection wick. So if the current candle continuously pushing to downside, and if it just break the low, very high probability we can continuously pushing to a downside. Look at that second rejection again, and we're just going to be enter in London session within 2 minutes. It's opening of London as well. So this is a situation when you just need to take a decision. The decision time means, can you only depend on the volume to go through these all rejection on the left hand side, or you just would like to miss this move? It will be all in your hands. It's just like all in your mind. What's your perspective? What is your bias? My bias are like is like bullish, to be honest. But right now, what I am just looking at the chart, if it's just like creating, if it's just like create some different structure, like it's just showing some volume in it, so can I change my bias? And if I'm just like planning to change my bias, my load size should be small, or I should be depending on the volume. Like it's just like a risky one. And it's Friday as well. Breaking the low. Wow. We just like close now. I think so it would be better to give my trade a chance, to be honest. No trades for Fridays, but it's okay. I'm just giving my trade a chance. The candle just closed like this. I'm just placing my stop loss somewhere here. It will be like my one and last trade by depending on the volume. Only by depending on the volume. Only by depending on the volume of London Open. So if it just break its own high, I'm just gonna close my 50% position there. Only just depending on the volume. Again, it's a thing depending on the volume. Okay, let me just see this one. Depending on the volume, Friday bias change. Look at this one. Look at this one. What's just going on here? Just creating a wick. Okay. Change my bias. So will I just pay for it actually? If I change my bias, so can I just like depending on the volume again. So we just come back. There's no business of this candle to come back into the range. If it just come back into the range, I just like need to close the trade, to be honest. So in this situation right now, I'm just only depending on the volume. Again, repeating it again, depending on the volume. I got new 4 hour that never broke your 4 hour high. Okay, just don't know. Now I guess price is risky zone. I'm gonna avoid this zone. Definitely should be. You should be like avoid this one. So now it's just again break its opening price. Now in this situation, if the candle break its own high, I'm just gonna close my 50% position. If it just break its own high, I'm just gonna close my 50% position. It's a risky one trade. I just lowered the load size, so I just need to manage the risk going against my bias, because the structure just changed now. It's just showing volume H1. Look at the H1 rejection. Wow, it just broke the rejection like a candle on the left hand side. We just do not have a bottom wick. So it could be continuously pushing to the downside by depending on the volume. But depending on the volume, what it could be, 20 pips, 15 pips, that makes sense. By depending on the volume, where are you volume? If you like showing strong momentum before, now why you are just reacting like this? Should have to be continuously pushing to the downside. Kasabai, can please show your trades on your prop firm account? Okay, we'll see later. We'll see it later. So now I'm just in trade. High probability. The way it's just like behaving, I'm just not expecting something like this with it. So if it just breaks its own high, I'm gonna close my 50% position here. No, just not breaking the high. Just like struggling right now. Just struggling right now. Just struggling. No trades for today. I just joined. That's like really awesome. Look at the way how it's just reacting right now. If the previous candle, look at the size of the previous candle, clearly showing volume in it. So depending on the volume, it should be continuously pushing to the downside. But the way it's just reacting, why it is just not reacting in the same way? Like the previous candle just come down very smoothly. But why this current candle just fighting like this? It should create a way, break the low, and should be continuously pushing to the downside. It's Friday, and I just don't want to be fry on this Friday. So breaking above its own high, gonna close 50% position. Going to be manage the risk actually. Let me just see on a 5 minute time frame. 5 minute looks good. Yes, we'll see. 5 minute is closed in this shape. Hmm. It's getting interesting right now. It's getting interesting. Where's the volume? It's just been like 5 minutes we have just like passed in opening of London. Where the volume just gone? Wow, where it is? Where it is actually? Okay. Okay. Hello sir, does that previous red candle bottom wick count as a bottom wick or little bit to know? Yeah, just depending on the volume. I just already continuously speaking this word depending on the volume because we just do not have a clean traffic on the left hand side. So looking at the previous candle, it just do not have upper wick. So clearly showing volume in it. So depending on the volume, I am just like executing on this trade. It's Friday, it's Friday, it's Friday. Okay, I already closed 50%. Would you say if it break on high, I can add back? Oh, why? You just like already did that one. So just don't do anything else. I would say it's just like a Friday. Do not need to add one more position into it. Just comfortable what you have just done there. If you just like to try to execute again one another position, might be just become like over risk management. So just stick with the plan. You had a plan, like you just going to be close 50% position, you just did that one. In this situation when they just like Friday, it doesn't make sense to like add one position in it. If it breaks low, I mean, okay, even if it just break the low, I will just never suggest you to add one more position again. Not looking good, to be honest. It's just not looking good. What is happening, bro? We are just in a trade and trying to force ourselves and just wanted to see this candle to continuously pushing downside, but depending on the volume of London Open, volume just vanished. Exactly. So it's just trying to break above its own high. Here I just going to be close 50% position. I did just close 50% position if it just come back into the range. So this is it. This is it what I can do. Just need to manage the risk. Just close one position, another position is going to be hit soon, and if it just hit by my stop loss, I will just call it a day, or also I will just call it a month as well. So yeah, look at this one, like just showing the volume. Depending on the volume, expecting it could be continuously pushing to a downside, but it just never happened. So it is whatever it is. So as I just already secured my 50% position here, so I'm just not gonna lose my complete position. So I just need to leave the rest to run. I already had a plan, executed with the plan. It's just like a risky one trade, to be honest. I just continuously saying that I was just depending on the volume. So depending on the volume, this candle just like I just execute on this trade, change my bias. So I just like paid for this. I if I just like change my bias. So this is like a very learning thing for other guys to understand. If you just like change your bias, what could be happen. So yeah, where is the volume now? We just execute on this trade by depending on the volume. So where is the volume now? If there's just like no volume, if just not reacting the way how it should be react, then what we should do, we should need to manage the risk. We couldn't like freeze ourselves on the chart and continuously watching it that it will worked out for us, and then we will just close the trade. If it's just not behaving in the same way how it should be behaved, then we just need to manage the risk. We just need to, yeah, just need to manage the risk. So I'm in the same situation. Someone just closed, Germain just closed like 50% position. See, I just closed like 50% position of mine as well. So I'm just not gonna put back my entry into this condition, like the way it's just like moving right now. I'm just not going to be put back any position into it. If it just continuously pushing downside, hit my TP, that will be better by depending on the volume again. That's it. So right now I just want this candle to continuously pushing to the downside, to the downside, to the downside. I'm planning to buy GG. Can you analysis? I just already did the analysis on the pound yen. Pound yen, okay. So you just wanted to take an impulse entry here to continuously pushing upside. It could be risky. It just broke the support area. Might be just continuously pushing upside, create a resistance, then break the low to continuously going downside. That makes sense. And if you just wanted to take a buy, wait for this candle to break and close above the resistance area, at least a 30-minute time frame. Then you can give your trade a chance for the buys. This will be the best structure for the buys. Okay, we're just coming back again. Okay, it's just playing with the feelings. Previous bearish candle move 110 pips. Do you still expect it to move down after that huge move? Yeah, you know what? When once it just continuously pushing upside, we just like hitting by a strong resistance area on the left hand side. So that's why right now even just move like this much move by depending on opening of London volume. That's why I just like execute on this trade. So the volume is just quickly like it's just like dead quickly. To be nice, it's just like very sharply dead here. So yeah, it is whatever it is. Now, Kaisar on can please show your trades on your pro. Yeah, just not gonna show this one here right now. Cannot explain all the trades. Once I just like pass this one, then I will just try to do in front of everyone. Sometimes I just like use a dynamic race on some trades. Okay, just continuously pushing upside, so breaking its own high. No way to hold on to this trade. Just going to be hit my SL. So I'm just gonna lose this one. Okay, hit by the loss, took a loss. Before that I was just going to be lose $47. Now I just lose like $32. So just need to manage the risk, and I have just done that one. Look at this one, the risk management. By depending on the volume, depending on the volume. So now you know what? It's Friday. I will just like call it a day. I will just never try to chase this thing. Will never try to force myself to execute on this on the structure again. I just in a short word I would say I just do not want to make my bad day into worst day. If I just like hit by some bad day, I just took a loss on a live stream after a long time. So if I just like hit by some bad day, so there is no like a wisdom thing or is just like a good thing for our psychology as well to change your bad day or just convert your bad day into worst day. So I will just call it a day. In this situation, very risky trade, already lowered the load size, executed, even using a low load size, continuously managing the risk. See this one. Candle should break the low. No business of this candle to break the own high, break its own high, just close 50% position. Already close 50% position. So now I'm just not gonna lose my complete trade. So if it's just continuously pushing downside, might be I just recover the loss and can be get into some kind of profits. But it just never reacted in the way how it should be. So I just need to close everything as it just like come back into the range. So even now if it just break its own low or continuously pushing downside, I'm just not interested in this trade anymore. We'll see if candle just create some kind of proper structure there. If they just like a good like a volume I just saw on the chart, so they'll then we'll see. Or and also remember it's like a Friday as well. We are just in a summertime. You can see how market reacting during these summer times. So never try to force yourself for the execution if nothing just appear on the chart. Just stick with 1 to 2 trades. This is the time, this is the place when if you are just having a habit to stick with 1 to 2 pips, sorry, 1 to 2 trades. If you're just having a habit to stick with 1 to 2 trades, this is a time when you can secure your capital. Make sense? Okay, I think so it will be more than better to understand this thing. Okay, so I just like Kasabay show this week. On this account, to be honest, I just make like $176, and from $176, I have just lose like $32. Just like educational account, so you can't see history of it. If you just wanted to see history on this account, you're just not going to get that one. I think so. Let me just see. Where it is the history? Yeah, just took like 2 trades on this account. 3 trades actually. Two are just like profitable and one is just in a loss. So yeah. Okay. Wow, look at this one. Is it considered consolidation in 1 hour chart? Yeah, just like not showing volume, just kind of just printing side by side. Before that, let me just show you how we can recognize the volume. Look at the size of the candle. Look at the size of the candle. Look at the size of the candle. Look at the size of the candle, and it just also broke the support area as well. It's the opening of London opening session. Previous candle clearly showing volume in it. With the opening of London, candle create a wick, break the low. I just try to give my trade a chance by depending on the volume already discussed each and everything. If you just look at this stream again, you will just like understand how what why I was just like talking about clean traffic on the left hand side. So bias should be buy. So my bias were bullish, to be honest. So my bias were bullish in this situation. As I just show, I just continuously saying that in this situation we just need to depend on the volume to continuously pushing to the downside. Only volume will help us out to continuously pushing to the downside because we just have a lot of rejection on the left hand side. So volume just like quickly died here. So it just never worked out. It just never worked out. So what mistake I have just done here? Just need to write it down. So if you like general your trades, there's a very high probability you will become like profitable. Market just like moved a lot, no clean traffic on the left hand side. Buyers were bullish, convert these buyers into bearish, only depending on the volume. Even there's just like no clean traffic on the left hand side, no tradable range available there, like a no like a trend just going on there. So consolidation happening certainly. So what I just depend here, only volume I'm just depending, like it will continuously pushing to the downside, only I'm just depending on the volume. So a lot of things just missed here, only depending on volume. I was expecting it could continuously pushing to a downside to avoid this all rejection. It's Friday as well also, yeah, it's also like a Friday against the things. So if you just break down this trade, you will just easily understand that you are just going to be attempt a risky trade. So if you just wanted to give your trade a chance with a risky trade, what should be you can do if you just wanted to be a part of this structure? So you just lower the lot size. Even you just lower the lot size, market went in your favor, come back, break its own high, you just close like 50% position here. Stop loss within the range, because now there's no business of this current candle to come back into the range. So just come back into the range, hit my complete SL here. So was going to be lose like $50 or $47. Now I have just lose like $32 by managing the risk. Understood? So this is how if you just like continuously breaking down your trades, whether it's just like profit, whether it's just like losses. So you will start understanding the concept, the what you should do if you just face the same structure next time. You will try to avoid this one. You will just never force yourself to execute on this thing. See that one? Okay, so YouTube is just like, what is this? Look for buyers and tell me if they are valid. No, nothing just valid right now. Very good risk management, Kaiser. Thank you so much. Hi, Kaiser sir. Can you show your today weekly? I just like shows this one actually. Impulse entry is rough right now. Usually only works after closure with small body, large wick. Yeah, we'll see. These impulse entries in this range are brutal. Exactly. We just like get the result here. We just manage the risk, just like hit by the loss. Just a small correction, I think in 5 minutes, we just never look at 5 minutes. Seven consecutive candle one close bearish. We just never look at 5 minutes. We just like look at 5 minutes in a very rare way. Like if there's just like a very strong news came out, or if there's just like a very strong volume going on, like even a 15-minute time frame just printing like more than 40-50 pips candles there. So then we just like look at that one. Okay, bro. To be honest, this 70 pip SL is not what usually teach in market fluidity. What 70 pip? Where we just like place like a 70 pip SL? Doesn't make sense. At the end of the, we can manage risk most exactly. Yeah. We just work with the probability. No one here is actually directly connected with the Trump. No one here is just like directly connected with the institutes. No one knows that what can be happen on the charts, what where the price can go. We just can like take action after getting the confirmation. Like clean traffic on the left hand side, tradable range, confirmation candle. So there's a probability that it will be going that way. If it just worked out, you are having like a 50 pip range, try to grab like 20 to 25 pips. You know what, if you just like win some trades on the charts, that's mean you just like beat the institutes there, you just won from them. So be smarter than them. So accept it that you are just not a market maker. So you, everyone here in this whole industry, everyone here just working on the probability. Even they're just using like any indicators, Fibonacci, etc., etc., whatever they're just having with them. So it's just like a probability that it will work out. There's a probability it should be worked out. So if everything just on the point, like we just got our confirmation, then we just give our trade a chance for the execution. If it just worked out, that just like perfectly fine. If it just never worked out, we just need to manage the risk. So if you just continuously having a proper grip on your risk management, you're just continuously like managing your risk, not compromising with the risk management. So at the end of the month, at the end of the day, you will just close in profit. Make sense? So where is the volume right now? If it's just like opening of London, how the market reacting like this? I just don't like the way how it's just reacting right now. So just need to readjust the zones again. You know what I think? I think if it just might be just like creating a resistance, and if it just break the low, so it will continuously pushing to a downside. Yeah, not gonna take any further trades. No trades gonna taken. Look at the H1 having rejection on the left hand side, rejecting from this area. H1. Look at the previous H1. This H1 having a long rejection week, close with a small body. Second H1, bigger rejection than the previous one, close with a small body, and even in a bearish one. The next candle even create a wick and broke this consolidation, broke the low of the H1 consolidation, broke the low of 30-minute previous support area, broke the low of the M15 previous support area. So depending on the volume, giving my trade a chance to continuously pushing to the downside, but it didn't work out, so manage the risk there. Okay. Okay, I like to wait the next candle formation when I see a big equities candle, engulfing candle close as a confirmation. After breaking support, prices should go down, but it came up. Why? Because it's a probability. Everything just were on a point. So only still we just like depending on the volume. If everything just like on the point, so I knew that there's just like a lot of rejection on the left hand side. So in this situation, only volume can help me out. So you know what? I just want a candle to create a wick and should continuously pushing downside ASAP, like quickly in my favor. It should not be react like this. If it's just reacting like this, you just need to start managing the risk. Okay, what is just going on here? I think I just missed some chats. Gold was very difficult to trade for me this week. Gold actually was difficult for this whole week for most of the people, I think so. It's just because of summer just like showing less volume. Sometimes we just need to play defensive. Just relax. Like there's just it's like a 365 days in a year. So there are few days when you just need to take rest, relax, easy. It just like will be clear in some days actually. When the volume just start getting hit to the market, you will just easily can understand that one. Okay, if the 30-minute or 50-minute close a bullish candle, could I take a buy as our plan? I'm just not satisfied with the volume actually, the way it's just moving, to be honest, just not satisfied. Would you take a buy when the current M30 will form support? No, I'm just not. I just done with the day, to be honest. The way it just like behaving, look at the way how it's just like showing volume in it, previous one. So it's been like almost 30 minutes just going to be close, and it's just like yeah, not showing that strong momentum in it right now. Even if I just wanted to manage the risk, it should be let me manage it in a quick way. Like should be show me some volume that I just need to manage the risk. It even took like 15 minutes to 15 minutes. It just give me like 15 minutes to manage the risk. Not showing volume, just printing side by side. So it was better to wait and make support like now and then buy. Yeah, that makes sense. If you just want to take a buy, let it just create a support, create a resistance. Then if you just break above the resistance, then it will continuously pushing upside by depending on the volume again. 15-minute closes bearish on pound yen. I will give a chance on sells now. Someone just coming on a sells on pound yen. Where? Oh, it's just consult. Yeah, I would recommend you do not look at 50-minute time frame, especially on pound yen. It's just like a Friday as well. Stick with a 30-minute time frame. For buys or sells, I would say wait for the 30 minutes. Suppose that this 30 minutes just closed or create some kind of support, or if this candle just close above the previous candle high, then you can give your trade a chance for the continuously pushing upside. And if it just close with the same size of the previous candle, or it just close like lower than the previous candle, then if the next candle create a wick broke the low, that would be better to take sells. This is something can be happen. Don't look at 15-minute time frame. It's just like low volume. We just only look at 15-minute time frame when 30 minutes just printing more than 40-50 pips. Then we just look at 50-minute, can we get like a smaller stop loss there. If a 30-minute candle just printing like a note, it's just like not even the size of the candle is just like 10 pips. Where's the volume? It's just like if you just total look at the move of 30-minute time frame, it just move like even like a 24 pips. So no volume is there. So why you just looking at 50-minute time frame? It will be a very big mistake you're just gonna do to look at 50-minute time frame in this condition of pound yen. Okay, why is price action tough on gold? Just due to summer, to be honest. Can we plan long on gold? Uh, yeah, not interested. You know what? If I just wanted to take a buy, I just wanted to create some kind of resistance. Like a candle should have to be create some kind of support, should have to be create some resistance. Then if you just break and close above the resistance, this is the place when I can give my trade a chance for the buys. And if you just like make a combination between these all time frames, you know what, you will just going to be get on a higher time frame. If you just wait like 1 hour, might be this 1 hour closed above the previous candle high in this shape. If it just like close in this way, and lower time frame like 50-minute 30-minute just giving you the confirmation for the buys, and you just go to a 1 hour candle just close in this way, then the next candle create a wick, there's a probability it will going upside to fill the wick on the left hand side. Make sense? So you just need to wait here. This is very important to understand. If you just like continuously making the combination, like just imagine a picture, 30 minutes just close, 50 minutes just like creating this kind of scenario. So if it just like create some kind of resistance, create a wick break above the high, so then it could continue pushing upside. Right now h1 is just like consolidation. M30 is okay, like it just close in a bullish form. M15 just like look at the size of these two M15. One M15 just printed in a 100 like a 10 pip, another 50-minute just printed like a 10 pip. And look at this 50-minute, this 50-minute just printed like 70 pips. So yeah, just need to understand. If you just make the combination, if you just imagine those things on the charts, and once it's just printed there, very high probability you will just like win the trade. Do you copy the live trades? No, I just never provide any copy trading. I just only use my own capital. I just never like offer anything like that. And I never ever message anyone to send me any money or any kind of investment to do with me. So if you just like getting any kind of message during with the with from Raja Bro, if you're just getting any message from me, it 110% fake one. Okay, okay. So I'm just like yeah, I think so. Just like end of the stream, end of the week. We'll see you guys on might be Monday or Tuesday. That will be great. Again, I will just wait for some structure to be formed. Even just close a 30-minute time frame in my favor, I'm just not comfortable with this one. I just wanted to see some kind of structure to be formed. A candle should create us resistance. Then if it just break the resistance, then I can give my trade a chance. Because if it just create a resistance, might be H1 just close above the previous candle high. So then we're just going for the wick fill on H1, a candle clean traffic on 30-minute, and a clean traffic on the 50-minute time frame. So yeah, that will make sense. Can we plan long in gold? No, no, Parrot. I'm just not interested in it. I am not interested in it, to be honest. What about previous move? H1 Wickfield was in a trade. Is a trade. H1. So if you just look at this H1, again you will just get like confirmation on lower time frame, 30-minute, then continuously pushing upside, 50-minute impulse entry, continuously pushing upside. So yeah, right now just not comfortable because it just broke and closed below the support, then it just closed back into the range. So the way it just moving, I can't see volume in it, to be honest. Again, might be if it just do some kind of consolidation, then break above the consolidation, then it will continuously pushing upside, or if it just broke the support area, then it will continuously pushing to downside depending on the volume. So alright everyone, so I'm just heading off now. Will Kasabhai, which platform are you using right now? It's Dominion funding, like zero spread, lowest latency, to be honest. So yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's just like a very educational live stream. Give over trade a chance. You could take a confirmation candle depending on the volume. Never worked out. Lower the load size. Manage the risk. That's all I can do. Okay, so we'll see you guys on Monday or Tuesday. Till that, be safe, be careful. Don't try to force even to recover your losses. It's Friday. Market just not showing volume right now. Wait for some structure to be formed. Wait for some volume to hit the market. Then give your trade a chance. And again, if you just took a second loss and you just hit by your 2% loss in one day, just close the chart. It's just not a last day of forex, so high probability next day or day after, like another day, you will just going to be get something new. So yeah, thank you so much. We'll see you guys soon. Till that, be safe, stay tuned, and take care. Bye bye.